Many fans consider the beef to have been more of a one-sided Tupac frustration than a two-way war. Cube's silence was strategic. He had already survived NWA's split, his own beefs with Common and Cypress Hill, and he knew trading bars with Pac, especially while Pac was at death row, could have pulled him into something much darker. To this day, some fans argue Pac invented the beef because Cube never dissed him back. Others say Pac was right, that Cube did pivot back to the West Side rhetoric only when the market demanded it. As a hip-hop fan myself, I loved this time period in the culture. These were my high school years, and growing up and going to school in LA County, I was pro West Coast, screaming out, West Side! Even though I'm technically from the east side of LA, but that's a whole other story. But you couldn't tell me nothing about the West Coast at that time, especially when it came to Tupac and Ice Cube. Looking back, I understand both sides. I could see how Pac would feel some type of way after being popped at Quad Studios in New York. I could see how Pac felt like he was going at the East Coast all by himself, because for a certain time, he was the only one. No one else, including Cube, Dub C, or Mac 10, were going at the East. Cube had his back and forth with Common, but Common is from Chicago. Cube wasn't going all in on the East Coast like Tupac was. That is until later when Cube decided to pull out his West Side flag and rep the West to the fullest on songs like Bow Down and West Side Slaughterhouse. Side note, that West Side Slaughterhouse song by West Side Connection is one of the illest beats in hip hop history. I can't even lie, that song had a young teenage me on my F the East Coast tip for a minute. Keep in mind I was young and dumb. But looking back as a grown man, I understand why Cube didn't respond back to Pac during this time. Did Cube really want an all-out war with Death Row and Suge Knight? I mean, he just survived leaving Ruthless and going to war with them. I think Cube felt it was best to back down, let Pac talk his mess, and keep it pushing for the West. I can't even lie though. As a hip hop fan, I would have loved to see Cube and Pac going back and forth on record.